So there's a lady, or there was a lady, shall I say, by the name of Tamla Horsford.
I never even heard of this one.
James was telling me about this. This is kind of nuts.
Last year, this woman from Georgia, 40-year-old mother of 5, they found her face down in the backyard of her friend's house in Forsyth County, Georgia, after an adult sleepover party. There she is, right there. I bet you can guess which one she is.
Yep. The only one with the slightly different
amount of melanin. The only one with the pajamas.
So they found her out in the yard, face down, dead. And according to some of the documents obtained, they just fumbled horribly on the investigation of this thing. From allowing multiple people in the room for questioning at the same time, they were actually interrogating people not at the police station but at the house where the lady was killed. Letting people kind of go. Who knows why? Now, a little bit of history about Forsyth County. And I don't know what the dates were. But this county was known to do what they called a racial cleansing that drove out 1,100 black residents. They just basically came to them and said, "Hey, look, y'all got to go. You got to get out of here. You ain't got to go home, but you got to leave here." This was after the American Civil War. They were emancipated and granted some citizenship, but these people, when they lived there, they basically just told them, "Listen, you can't stay here." And the group or mob of folks told them that they had to leave Forsyth County. And since then, this area.
When was this?
This was 1912.
1912. Okay, yeah, still looking.
Since then, this area has been predominantly an area of where the demographic was not made up of people of color.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think the black population was like around 4% or so. So there's a dark history around this area already of Georgia. Now, many folks think of Georgia. You might say, "Oh man, got a lot of people of color there, blah blah blah, so on and so forth." But that's Atlanta. Atlanta is for the people, but the mass majority of Georgia, you've got, they're not as sparse around. But nevertheless, that's the history of Forsyth County. But this lady, the way they basically found her, she had bruises on her face. She had a laceration on her heart. I think she had a cracked vertebrae. Second story fall now. Now, I'm not saying you can't get hurt from a second story fall.
Yeah.
But the way that they found this body and how it was basically mangled inside, it just seemed a little fishy. And it was kind of an open and shut kind of deal, very, very fast. And the interviews that they did with the people, man, the stories didn't match up. There was cameras around the house, one specifically on the back balcony where she supposedly fell off or jumped off. That on the 911 call, the guy says, "Hey, yeah, we got a camera out here. We'll get it. We'll check it. Blah blah blah." No one says, "No, don't check it. We'll get it. Don't worry about it." But that evidence was never reviewed, and later it was deleted on accident.
If you're listening to this one, you got to read this article. It's a lot of funky stuff going on. But I'm gonna let James continue.
Yeah. So, and I said it was last year. They reopened it last year, where this happened in 2018. This person, Jean Myers or whatever, they were friends, but the lady, Tamla, didn't know everyone that was there, but she just happened to be the only black lady that was actually there. But nevertheless, man, she fell from this second level balcony. And it really wasn't, it took a couple of years before anybody even said anything about this case. T.I., Kim Kardashian, all these guys, 50 Cent, they kind of came out and was trying to bring some more attention to this case, man. But I listened to it on Spotify. There's a podcast called Morbid. And if you listen to the evidence that they have about what took place and how they handled it, all the transcripts, man, it was just ridiculous.
A snap on this article, just Snapchat conversation that it's, this is crazy, man.
One of the guys that was at the party worked for the county, and they found out that he was the boyfriend of the host of the party. He was a pretrial officer in Forsyth County, and he got fired because he was going through the file.
Yeah,
they caught him going through the file, and basically he was fired from his position and looking up information regarding the case, blah blah blah. And as rumor has it, supposedly he's back at his job now.
That's the crazy thing. Why would he be going through?
Why go through the file, bro? What you looking for?
Because if you have something, like either you're in there to, if that's happening somewhere where I'm really close to, I'm not touching it because I don't want. First of all, I don't want them to think that I have any part in this.
Exactly.
Secondly, like you might be going in there to mess up something or, take out. What do you to get your story straight? Or?
Yeah. They said the body had been moved when they found her in the position that she was in. Her arms had been moved, but they asked the guy who made the 911 call, "Hey, did you move the body, or how was it positioned?" And it was completely different than what he said. The girl that first found her, she said before she went out. So let's say that I'm looking out the window and I see your body out in the yard. She didn't go out to run to say, "Hey, Aaron, you good?"
Yeah. She
said she stopped right there. She said she got on her knees and said a prayer, and then she went upstairs to get somebody else. Nobody goes out to check the girl's pulse. Nothing.
She didn't. She said she didn't go out there to like.
No, she
just knew she was dead. That's
exactly. She stopped. She said a prayer. She said, and then she went upstairs to get somebody else to say, "Hey, blah blah blah."
Yeah, if I'm in that situation, I'm gonna go see what's going on.
What's going on?
Like,
man,
hey,
why this girl out here in the grass? What's
she
the
sleep?
deal?
Like,
exactly.
So
yeah, I might have moved the body because I'm thinking she might have been passed out if they were partying to her. But nevertheless, man, it was
What was the podcast you said you listened to?
It's called Morbid.
Morbid
True Crime. Yeah, it's make sure I give it right. I might have to give her a little. She might have to show us some love too. Morbid.
And it goes into more detail about it.
Yes, it goes into detail about it, absolutely. And it's she goes definitely in all the way in Morbid, a True Crime. Yeah, podcast. That's it, True Crime podcast, that one right there. No, that blue, that one there. That's the one. Yeah, they give in now. There's a little language with these young ladies, but more that they are a little bit hacked off because nobody did anything with this lady.
So I mean, the first thing I'm gonna say to that is like you look at the picture, and immediately the first thing I see, obviously, is first of all you're in Georgia. Like those southern states, man. Georgia, you're from Alabama, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Like
got some areas, man.
Like you talk about Atlanta. Atlanta's like Atlanta, but like then you go to like these country places.
Yes.
It's like that's where when you think as a black man, you think of like slavery and a lot of stories and things like that. You think about these states, like they're all in that area. So you look at Georgia, what county? Oh, look at this picture. Wow, I see what's going on here.
Right.
I don't know exactly what happened. I can't say for like right, but still like. It's kind of you see like,
but we'll never know what happened because they closed the case.
Yeah, we'll not.
They closed it. They ruled it a accidental whatever. Nobody's charged. This lady's just gone, and her 5 sons are without their mother and her husband.
Yeah, that's
2 stories into the grass. Oh man, I don't know. They did find THC and alcohol. Her alcohol blood level was 3 times the limit.
Yeah.
Get it. But they also found Xanax in it, which she didn't have a prescription for Xanax.
Yeah.
And everybody at the party said that they didn't have prescription for Xanax, except for when they were called on it. And one girl said, "Oh well, I did have some Xanax, blah blah blah." But it's like that's kind of fishy, man.
These moms are partying hard. That's why,
bro.
Xanax, THC, like 40 years old, man. Like,
yes,
exactly what you'd expect to happen at
a mom's sleepover.
Like a sleepover party, bro.
Yeah, they're obviously something fishy, especially if someone's going through the records that is
why are you going through the records, bro?
That close to the case. Are you worried? You worried?
Exactly.
So I don't know what's gonna. So what's the last on this?
It's done. They closed it.
They closed it. Like there's nothing else going on.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, they did their checking it out, and unless somebody, it's not even like one of those cold cases, never solved kind of deals. They don't
have enough information. Like a lot.
Here's one of the most damning pieces of evidence is for me in the autopsy. They took no pictures.
Yes, I'm saying they don't have the.
Isn't that what? That's part of the autopsy, right? You take pictures.
Yeah, it's like from the article I read. It doesn't seem like there was much.
They didn't try to find.
They didn't try to find it. Yeah, exactly. There's much. So
exactly.
Even if you open the case back up, there's not enough.
There's nothing to go off of.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's unfortunate, man. That's
very.
It's sad, but
very, very, very.
And then I mean, it's just the world, man. It's just like sometimes you just gotta live. You gotta deal with it. Like,
deal with it.
Gotta roll with it, man. I mean, like you adjust. I mean, if you're dead, you can't adjust, but you try to adjust as you're dying. You know what I'm saying?
It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
It just sucks that she had